Hey there, XRP family! Welcome back to another episode of XRP Insider. I'm so glad you're here with me today. No matter where you are in this amazing world of ours, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, before we dive into today's exciting XRP updates, let me ask you something. Are you ready for some eye-opening news? Because what I'm about to share with you could save you from making some costly mistakes. The big red flag you need to know about. So here's what caught my attention today from Crypto Brothers XRP News. XRP Tundra unveils two-token strategy with 25 times return potential. Sounds incredible, right? But hold on, let me share something crucial with you. I'm seeing all these new tokens launching on the XRP ledger, and suddenly everyone's talking about these amazing yields. We're talking 15%, 20%, and I've even seen claims as high as 30% returns. But here's the thing that's got me concerned. These high returns come with serious risks that most people aren't talking about. I keep seeing testimonials from people claiming they've tried it and it works perfectly. But you know what? I suspect many of these voices are paid promoters. Don't let the hype fool you. When you chase these yields, you're putting your precious XRP at serious risk. Mark my words, we're going to see a wave of rug pulls over the next few months, and people are going to lose their XRP. That's not fear-mongering. That's just being realistic about the risks. Expert warnings you should listen to. Even the experts are sounding the alarm. There are articles being written specifically to warn people about these high return offerings. The message is clear. When someone promises you sky-high returns, you need to carefully examine all the risks involved. Here's the brutal truth. Nobody is giving you any guarantee that you won't lose your XRP. Nobody. The FXRP cap situation, this is moving fast. Now, let's talk about something really interesting happening with FXRP caps. According to Davis Brooks, here's the timeline we're looking at. September 29th to October 5th, 10 million cap. October 6th to 12th, 20 million cap. Following week, 35 million cap. Week after that, 50 million cap. Going into November, 70 million cap. And get this, I'm expecting these caps to get reached in just a matter of hours. By late October, we're looking at 70 million per week. When that 5 million cap was reached in just 4 hours, it showed us exactly how much demand there is. Hugo from the team mentioned that caps will rise quickly when opportunities arise. But here's his advice. Don't rush. More yield opportunities are coming with additional risk mitigation features. My take on Flare? Don't sleep on this. You know what? I'm watching Flare very closely right now, and I think we might be at one of those if you could go back in time moments. Remember when XRP was 2 cents? That's exactly where I think we are with Flare right now. The higher these caps go, the more institutional adoption we're seeing. The team's taking a cautious, efficient scaling approach. And honestly, that's exactly what I want to see. The stablecoin revolution is here. Here's something that's absolutely massive. Stablecoins are emerging as a $100 billion threat to traditional payment giants like Visa and MasterCard. We're talking faster, cheaper payments that are completely disrupting the credit card industry. I'll be honest with you, I think credit cards might become obsolete at the rate we're going. Stablecoins are becoming the biggest financial event of our lifetime, and everyone's starting to recognize it. But here's where you need to be careful. Not all stablecoins are created equal. Some can't even pass basic audits, and others come with serious risks.
Because the BRICS are working on another currency, they already have one, it's called gold. Here's the danger. These are, there are two dangers. The first one is these stablecoin sponsors are almost completely unregulated, non-transparent. No one has ever audited one of them. We don't know what's inside. Now, I'm not accusing anybody of any fraud. If I think that most stablecoin issuers do exactly what I said, which is they buy treasury bills or equivalent, very high quality, short-term, highly liquid instruments. But A, we don't know, and B, there's got to be at least one fraud out there, probably many. What's to stop a stablecoin issuer from taking the dollars, issuing stablecoins, and stealing the money? The answer is nothing. And how would we know? Well, we'll find out the hard way when, when one of these dead fish, surfaces. How do we know it's not was it FTX, has Sam Bankman-Fried or whatever? So that That's coming. I'm not accusing anyone of fraud. I think the vast majority of them are not frauds. They're doing what they say they do. But just experience going back to Robert Vesco in the early 60s. One of these guys is a fraud. We had no idea whom, and we'll find out the hard way.
When these risky stablecoins fail, and some will, it's going to hit the market like a digital black swan event. We're going to learn this the hard way. Why XRP could be the game changer. But here's where it gets exciting for us XRP holders. Digital Perspective suggests that Ripple will be able to provide the necessary backing with XRP to backstop any stablecoin issuer that fails to maintain their peg. Our XRP reserves could be the holy grail that stabilizes this entire ecosystem. Enthusiastic, RLUSD is gaining serious momentum. And speaking of exciting developments, have you been watching RLUSD? Bybit just listed RLUSD on spot trading, and this thing is gaining traction everywhere I look. It's expanding at an incredible pace. I can't wait to see RLUSD break into the top 5 stablecoins. At this rate, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. What this all means for you. So here's my bottom line for you today. Stay excited about the XRP ecosystem, but stay smart about the risks. Don't chase those unrealistic yield promises. Keep an eye on Flare while it's still affordable, and watch how RLUSD continues to gain ground in the stablecoin space. What do you think about all these developments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one and love hearing from this amazing community. And hey, if this video helped you stay informed and avoid potential pitfalls, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You don't want to miss what's coming next in the XRP space. Ripple's transparency advantage, the real game changer. But here's what really sets Ripple apart from everything else we're seeing in the market. They're completely transparent about everything they do. And that transparency is absolutely crucial for what's coming next. Now, I know some of you might be wondering, can institutional adoption and decentralization actually work together? Well, David Schwartz just explained exactly how this is going to happen, and it's brilliant. He talked about how tokenized assets and on-chain credit are literally bridging the gap between traditional finance and DeFi. And guess what's sitting right in the perfect position to support this massive shift? That's right, the XRP ledger. Why Amazon and Uber need what XRP offers. Here's something that really got my attention. Schwartz mentioned how companies like Amazon and Uber are going to need way more financial services than they currently have. And the XRP ledger? It's positioned perfectly for them to adopt it. Let me put this in perspective for you. Right now, if I had to compare Ripple to giants like Amazon and Apple, I honestly believe Ripple is going to end up being way bigger than both of those companies combined. Think about it. Ripple is going to emerge as something like a central bank at some point. You don't need to be a genius to see what happens to XRP when that becomes reality. The chart that has me most excited. Let's talk about something that's got me absolutely fired up, the technical analysis. According to the latest market snapshot, we're looking at a classic breakout setup with some key levels that are screaming opportunity. I'm going to be completely honest with you. XRP has the most bullish chart in all of cryptocurrency right now. When this blast-off begins, and it's coming, the FOMO is going to be absolutely parabolic. Here's what's going to happen. The bears are going to melt in this run. Everyone's going to be talking about XRP. And all those people sitting on the sidelines right now, they're going to end up paying much higher prices. If you're waiting for the breakout to confirm before you buy, you're going to be buying halfway up a massive green candle. Trust me, it's going to be an incredible time to be an XRP investor. The new generation of XRP investors. I want to share something with you that really warmed my heart. Someone posted, "First year investing in crypto. Any advice?" I'm currently sitting on 1,300 XRP, and I'm pretty proud of it. 20 years old and investing extra money I make from work. Hope it pays off well within years. You know what I love about this? We're seeing so many new investors entering this space, and they're starting to realize exactly where XRP can go from here. They're not in a hurry to sell either. They're still accumulating more and more XRP. Am I too late? Let me set the record straight. Here's something I hear all the time. XRP is above $2 right now. Am I too late? Let me be crystal clear about this. You are not too late. Compared to where XRP is heading, you are still incredibly early to this cryptocurrency. But here's what you need to do. Enter this space and then get patient. So many people are impatient, and that impatience is exactly what causes them to sell at the worst possible time. They overinvest, thinking they're going to get rich overnight because someone told them crypto makes you wealthy fast. Then we get some sideways action or a downturn, and they panic and give up. Here's my advice. Buy whatever you can afford and stay patient until it happens. That's it. The petrodollar system is cracking. Now let's talk about something massive happening in the global economy. The legacy petrodollar system is literally leaking fuel and ready to bust. BRICS nations are actively exploring alternative currencies, especially for cross-border payments.
There are big announcements. People have been waiting for the new BRICS currency. They did not announce that. That may be years away, but they did something equally important. They created a BRICS payment system, clearance and settlement of securities transactions, and a digital ledger of what one country owes to the other, et cetera. So it's a payment, balance of payment recording system, again, all using blockchain technology, which has been around a long time. The importance of that is now they're completely outside the dollar system. It doesn't mean they'll never do another dollar transaction, but recall they've been Russia, at least, and some of the other countries have been kicked out of the dollar system. So if you kick somebody out of the club, they're going to start their own club, and that's exactly what they've done.
This is exactly why they're going to push away from SWIFT. They're already actively looking for alternatives. I think SWIFT is going to lose all the BRICS countries, and more countries are constantly looking to join BRICS because they want a level playing field. They're tired of the dollar system controlling everything. They want a new system that works for everyone. Coinbase reserves hit alarming lows. And here's something that should get everyone's attention. There's been rapid depletion at an alarming rate happening on Coinbase right now. Coinbase XRP reserves fell 93.3% in just 1 week. That's an all-time low. Yet people still think 100 billion XRP is somehow too much supply. We don't know that. We never knew that for certain. Remember, XRP is built to serve every single person on the planet. We're talking about 8 billion plus people here. What this all means for your future. So here's the big picture. We've got Ripple's transparency advantage, institutional adoption happening through the XRP ledger, the most bullish chart in crypto, new investors who understand the long-term vision, a cracking petrodollar system, and exchange reserves hitting historic lows. All of these pieces are lining up for something extraordinary. The question isn't whether XRP is going to succeed. It's whether you're going to be patient enough to see it through. What are your thoughts on these developments? Are you seeing the same patterns I'm seeing? Drop your perspective in the comments. I genuinely love hearing from this community and reading your insights. If this breakdown helped you see the bigger picture, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon turned on. You don't want to miss what's coming next because things are moving fast in the XRP space. Until next time, keep hodling strong, stay patient, and I'll see you in the next video.